I think a big mistake a lot of people do is that they'll collect somebody's email from this marketing funnel we talked about earlier, and then they'll directly say, hey, book a call. Don't forget, you forgot to book a call, book a call, book a call. That can work. There's no doubt that we do get book calls from saying, hey, did you forget to book a call? And they book a call. But most of the time they didn't book the call because they just don't trust you. They don't know who you are. They saw an ad, they watched one YouTube video, they gave you their email, but they're not really warmed up enough to book a call to speak with you. So instead of saying to them the same thing that they just said no to, let's take a second to get to know them. Let's take a second to date them a little bit. Let's take a second to explain who we are and get closer to that 7 hours of content that Google has said that we need to turn a stranger into a buyer. And so some of that content, some of those hours can be through email. It's a really great way, especially automated emails. So instead of directly trying to marry them right away, what we can do is warm them up to who we are. So I typically do this through a 3 to 5 day email sequence. So somebody opts in, they give us their email. We're going to break this down into multiple emails, right? So I'll just draw 3 here to make it very simple. We're going to start the first one with like an introduction, right? So, hey, welcome. My name is Ravi Abuvala. I'm the founder of Scaling with Systems. If you're on this email list, it's probably because you want to scale your coaching consultant agency or online service-based business. You know, I might brag about us a little bit. Hey, we generated over $25 million the past couple of years. We've worked with literally thousands of businesses. So that way they're like, oh, well, maybe I actually will learn something from this person. And then I might even explain to them what they can expect from us. So, hey, over the next couple of days or over the next couple of months, you know, you're going to get multiple emails and you'll see multiple pieces of content on all things scaling. And I might even reference previous emails that I've sent or even previous YouTube videos that I've done. So for example, how we doubled our show up rate with this one email, how we book 5 to 10 sales calls a day using a self-sustaining funnel, how I generated over $1 million last year with one low ticket product at 90% profit margins. And these are all linking to other assets that I own. That way they get that 7 hours of content. So they could get that one email, ended up watching 2, 3, 4 videos of mine. And then the nice thing about YouTube is YouTube actually pixels them. So after they're watching one video, they'll be shown another video, another video, another video. So just by having this one first email there, somebody could end up consuming 2, 3, 4, 5 hours of content. I see it happen all the time because I had this email sequence in place, right? The second email that I'm going to do is probably going to be a little bit harder of a call to action. And I might even start adding in some case studies here. So more specifically, I might add in one specific case study and I might say something like, hey, you know, so yesterday I emailed you, introduced a little bit about us and our methodology, et cetera, et cetera. Today, I want to talk about one of our most recent clients, Bob. And Bob came to us and he was at $20,000 a month for a year. He came to us and now he's at $200,000 a month. Here's some of the things that we did with Bob. And I'm doing it in almost like a teaching way. So I'm showing them a little bit about what we did for Bob, showing them our expertise. They're learning something at the same time. At the very end, I might be like, hey, if you're interested in working with us, you can go down below and book a call to speak with us, right? And so that's the case study email, which could be number 2. And then the third email that you have here could be anything, honestly. It could be a content value driven email. It could be a case study email. It could be even a direct call to action here. And a lot of times what I'm trying to do with my new subscriber sequence is I'm literally trying to follow the same framework as a VSL. You're starting with pain, you're starting with a desire, and you're introducing yourself and who you are. And then you introduce a couple of mechanisms about what makes you different. You add social proof inside of that, and then you make a call to action. So I'm almost extrapolating out what your video sales letter, what I said in my video sales letter, and I'm putting it in this email sequence. I can tell you after literally getting on thousands of sales calls, and my team as well, is that you want to have everybody coming in with at least somewhat similar level of awareness by the time they get on the sales call. If you have some sources where they're like a level 10 awareness and some traffic sources with a level 0 awareness, you know, you're gonna have huge fluctuations. You're gonna have a lot of sales calls, but maybe not a lot of sales. And so what email can do, specifically this new subscriber sequence, is it can bring everybody to a rough baseline of awareness. So instead of having, you know, some people at 10, some people at 0, maybe everybody's gonna be at a 4, but that's at least gonna be doable to get them to a 10 through a sales call or a multiple sales call process.
If you want my help installing any of these systems in your business done for you, be sure to book a call with my team down below.